They say jealousy is a disease and love is a healthy condition. The immature mind often mistakes one for the other and assumes that the greater the love, the greater the jealousy. In fact, they are almost incompatible. One emotion hardly leaves room for the other. That's a quote from Robert A. Heinlein from A Stranger in a Strange Land, and I think that quote fits perfectly with this case. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got another case to cover. Before we get started, I want to give my sincerest condolences to the victim, family, and friends. And I also want to state that all the information found in this case was found on the internet and or social media. Anna Mariah Wilson, also known as Mo, was a super athletic girl and she started with skiing. In 2013, she won third place in a U.S. Junior National Championship downhill event. She went to Dartmouth where she earned a BA in engineering and she also played soccer in college. After college, she became a competitive cyclist where she participated in gravel and mountain bike racing, and this is where she met Colin Strickland. So this crime happens on May 11th of 2022. Mo is in Austin, Texas for a cycling event, and since she's down there, she decides to go hang with Colin. It's reported that they go have lunch together, that they go swimming together, and that around 8:30 p.m. he drops her off at the friend's house that she's staying at because of the cycling event. What Colin and Mo are unaware of is that his girlfriend, Kaitlin Armstrong, has been following them around. It's reported that he told her that he was going to deliver flowers and that his phone would be off so he wouldn't be able to contact her. However, they say she was tracking him, so she knew he was hanging out with Mo. It's actually a Ring TV camera that shows her car pulling up right after he pulls off. And just before 10 p.m., the Austin Police Department responds to the house that Mo is staying at. She is found covered in blood with multiple gunshot wounds laying in the bathroom floor with shell casings around her. She was only 25 years old. Kaitlin Armstrong is a 34-year-old yoga teacher, and she's been in an on-again, off-again relationship with Colin for years. In fact, it's reported by Colin that him and Kaitlin were on a break when he met Mo, and they had a week-long fling back in October of 2021. He claims that they remained friends after that, and they only spoke about 1 or 2 times a month. According to the police, after checking Mo's phone, it indicates, based off the text messages, that Mo and Colin were in more than just a friendship, that they were in a romantic relationship, even though he was with Kaitlin. The news is also reporting it as a love triangle. They're saying that Kaitlin found out about Colin and Mo back on January of 2022 and that she made threats that she wanted to unalive Mo and that she was visibly shaken when she found out about their relationship. Here's where it gets crazy at. So the day after Mo's murder, the police actually pick up Kaitlin Armstrong and they pick her up on a misdemeanor warrant from back in 2018 where she skipped out on paying a $650 Botox bill. But they let her go. They let her go because her date of birth on the warrant and her actual date of birth were not the same. So they couldn't hold her on that technicality. Right after that, the day after that, she sells her car to CarMax for $12,200. With the money that she made from selling her car, she then hops a flight from Austin to Houston, and then she goes from Houston to New York. I also want to mention before I continue that the police did search Colin and Kaitlin's house and they did find a gun, and when they did the ballistics test, it did match the shell casings that was found around Mo's body. So I don't think she just up and left because she just didn't want to be involved. I think at that point she knew she was caught, and this is just my opinion. I think that once she found out, like once she came down from the rage that she was feeling and she like really thought about it, like she did everything so sloppy that there was no other choice but to sell your car and leave the state and go on the run, honestly. The police don't agree with my theory, but you guys tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think she had help, or do you think that she was just trying to get herself out of the situation that she put herself in? Now, from what I can gather, she has a sister who lives in New York on a campground site. So she was actually spotted in New York. So the U.S. Marshals was aware of the sighting, and I don't know if it's just because they were getting so many sightings that they didn't follow up. But again, this is an ongoing case. It just happened a few months ago. So I'm sure that some of this information is going to change and change again. What is factual is she was able to leave this country and go to Costa Rica on a valid passport that was not in her name. So they are alleging that she did have help. They're alleging that maybe her sister was involved, that maybe she used her sister's name. They did have a few other aliases that she used, like Ari Martin. Kaitlin was on a run for 43 days. She was eventually found on June 30th of 2022 in Costa Rica, where she was teaching yoga. It's also reported that she did go on a couple of dates with a guy named Teal Ackerson, and that she told him that she had a traumatizing breakup, allegedly, and that she wasn't ready to be close at all. To me, this crime was completely pointless. Caitlin's 34. At that age, I feel like you're old enough to know that a guy is not worth it. I'm 34 and I wouldn't throw my life away over a guy. And then, especially because she doesn't end up with the guy, she's going to end up in prison. He's going to end up moving on. And you did it for what? There's no point of you doing this. All right, before I go, the last few key elements is that there is an alleged break-in into Colin and Caitlin's home. However, it's not reported, which is strange. And then it's also the defense's theory that Mo's ex-boyfriend could have done this, which does not make sense at all. Kaitlin is currently being held in a Austin jail awaiting trial, and her trial is set to begin October 24th of 2022. I personally will be tuning in because I am dying to see how the defense is going to try to spin the narrative to get her either a lesser charge or try to get her out of this altogether, which I personally just don't see it being possible. If you made it to the end of the video, I super appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys on the next case. I'm out.